Molecular monitor senses an anaconda that harbors a feeling for he and armor and he and a snake charmer. Capital break, rapid intake of acidic images. Stand up and when I twist the lid off of a silver cylinder, crash a vehicular makes a riveting statement. Prior engagement escapes this electric encasement. Selective edges serrated for the four-blade tangle. Enough voltage in my panel to constantly change the channel.
Yo, I came here to change the whole sound of art and let them know it all comes down to heart. The mission now is rip the whole town.
I didn't see you guys there.
With my colleagues, my teammates, my counterparts. Yo, I came here
I
to
was
change
just
the whole sound of art. Let them know a new sight.
Jeez, I was just doing a little research on what you Earthlings listen to down here. That's some really strange stuff. Wow. Yeah, I just, there's this genre of music you guys listen to. It's very interesting. I don't know what happened. Something just took over and, anyway, who am I kidding? I'm not that cool. I don't even listen to that stuff. You made it to video number 2, and you're probably wondering what my diagnosis is. So, let me go into it. First of all, I realized that the conehead mask is more appropriate than I thought at first, because I feel like an alien on this planet. And that should be a clue. Another clue, Dan Aykroyd, which is probably where this mask came from, or what it was modeled after. He played a conehead on Saturday Night Live, but the diagnosis was Asperger's syndrome. When I just recently got my diagnosis, I was expecting the doctor to say, Asperger's syndrome. He just said I was high on the spectrum, on the high end, high functioning. There needs to be more awareness about this, because I think that it affects a lot of people, and they're not even aware of it. It's such a relief, you know, to receive a diagnosis, and I've seen other people that make videos saying that, you know, they breathe this sigh of relief when they had a diagnosis because they realized they weren't alone and that this was a thing that other people went through. So let's check out what NIM has to say about ASD. NIM stands for the National Institute of Mental Health. First thing is the definition for autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. ASD is the name for a group of developmental disorders. ASD includes a wide range, or a spectrum, of symptoms, skills, and levels of disability. People with ASD often have these characteristics: ongoing social problems that include difficulty communicating and interacting with others, repetitive behaviors as well as limited interests or activities, symptoms that typically are recognized in the first 2 years of life, and symptoms that hurt the individual's ability to function socially, at school or work, or other areas of life. Some people are mildly impaired by their symptoms while others are severely disabled. What is the difference between Asperger's syndrome and ASD? Their answer for that is, in the past, Asperger's syndrome and autistic disorder were separate disorders. They were listed as subcategories within the diagnosis of pervasive developmental disorders. However, this separation has changed. The latest edition of the manual from the American Psychiatric Association, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or DSM-5, does not highlight subcategories of a larger disorder. The manual includes the range of characteristics and severity within one category. People whose symptoms were previously diagnosed as Asperger's syndrome or autistic disorder are now included as part of the category called autism spectrum disorder. So there's the new and improved interpretation of autism and the spectrum. Signs and symptoms. Restrictive/repetitive behaviors may include repeating certain behaviors or having unusual behaviors, Having overly focused interests, such as with moving objects or parts of objects.
Yeah.
Having a lasting, intense interest in certain topics, such as numbers, details, or facts. The next section is social communication. Interaction behaviors may include getting upset by a slight change in a routine or being placed in a new or overly stimulating setting, making little or inconsistent eye contact, having a tendency to look at and listen to other people less often.
Yeah.
Rarely sharing enjoyment of objects or activities by pointing out or showing things to others.
Yeah.
Not sure about that one. Responding in an unusual way when others show anger, distress, or affection. Failing to or being slow to respond to someone calling their name or other verbal attempts to gain their attention. Having difficulties with the back and forth of conversations. Often talking at length about a favorite subject without noticing that others are not interested or without giving others a chance to respond. Repeating words or phrases that they hear, a behavior called I don't know, I don't like the word. Echolalia? That sounds dumb. Oh my goodness. I still have this, bling. Hold on a second. What was I thinking? I look like a minister from a Stephen King movie or something. Alright. On to the next one. Using words that seem odd, out of place, or have a special meaning known only to those familiar with that person's way of communicating.
Yeah.
Having facial expressions, movements, and gestures that do not match what is being said. Having an unusual tone of voice that may sound sing-along or flat and robot-like. I can tell you that I'm struggling with that one right now, and hopefully the voice disguiser kind of... Well, basically, if I have an alien mask on, you know, aliens talk monotone anyway, so it kind of, it's like I'm playing the part, but actually I have to, you know, put effort forth in order to have inflection, because I tend to speak very monotone, and it also happens when you're, you know, nervous or uneasy or whatever. You know, as I'm sitting here reading through this stuff, I kind of feel like I'm selling you guys short to just read something off the internet that you can easily look up yourself and read. I'll just make another video and really go through everything that I experience and that I feel to be true with my diagnosis. I think one thing that's important to me to mention is, you know, there still isn't a lot of awareness about autism, and I'll see things on, you know, Facebook, online, just comments in general, and, you know, when there's been some kind of a mass shooting, who was the guy that had the crazy red hair and bug-eyed and everything, the Batman movie, when he walked in the theater and started shooting. Anyway, people say, oh, he was autistic. Most of these people that do this stuff, you know, they're autistic. Think more like Rain Man. I think the worst thing he did was fart in the telephone booth with his brother in there.
The $3 million man.
What you are witnessing is
And that
real.
Ken Eldor.
Participants are not
Charlie
back.
Babbitt.
Uh-oh, fart.
Yeah, Charlie Babbitt, I'll hold.
Fart.
Did you fart, Ray?
Fart.
Did you fucking fart?
Fart.
Oh, man. Look at this. How can you stand that?
I don't mind it.
How can you stand it?
Or, what did he do? I think he started to hit himself in the head in the airport.
You and I are gonna get on this fucking plane.
No, no.
not going to take the plane. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. We're not going to take the plane. Just.
People with autism are generally too in their own world to want to reach out and hurt anybody else. So I just wanted to clear that up. In video 3, I'll go through some of the specifics and, you know, the symptoms and stuff that I deal with. And in future videos, I'll even go into the specifics of the specifics about symptoms and just my experiences in life. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Yo, I came here to change the whole sound of art and let them know a new cycle is bound to start. The mission now is rip the whole town apart with my colleagues, my teammates, my counterparts.
Indulge in this intrusion, underworld defender, horrendous snowball of absolute insaneness. Risking freedom to be famous when nothing remains except passion and pain. No slash in the vein to bleed and drown in a bath, fall down and I laugh, get up, wipe myself off and walk down a new path.